Here with head coach Mike Jones of the Lincoln football team. And coach, you opened your season last week against Lindenwood. How did you feel about your team's overall performance in that game?
You know what, I thought for the first game we were okay. I thought we did some things good. I thought we had a bunch of new guys on the team. You look at 9 new starters, I believe, on offense. 9. And then we have 9 to 10 new starters on defense. And so, we had some things we had to work through. I thought we played well at spurts, but I think we made too many mental errors, and it showed because of the score.
One of the people that a lot of people are talking about is Kyrie Drain, who had a huge game receiving against Lindenwood. Talk a little bit about him and what he's brought to the team.
Well, I think he's done a phenomenal job getting himself in shape. This spring, it was his first spring with us. He worked extremely hard. This summer, he worked extremely hard again, and he's seeing the fruits of his work. So, hopefully, he builds from it. He did some really good things. I think some things he needs to work on. But I think we're going to get better because of that.
Another guy on defense that seemed to have a pretty good game was Darrell Black. What has he brought to the defense?
Well, I think Darrell has done a good job of listening and learning. He's a Division I transfer. So, he brings some, he has some ability. He has great size, and he runs extremely well. I think he just has to, every day, get better, work on, the fine-tuning his game. But, for the first game, for both those guys, he did a pretty good job.
Was there anyone else who stood out to you during those games?
Reggie McMillan. Reggie McMillan played extremely well. I think he had 7 tackles. He had 4 breakups. He had an interception. So I thought Reggie played well for us. I think Tim Dunn, inside linebacker, he played solid for us. So we had a couple guys that played solid for us throughout. And offensively, of course, Kyrie, I thought Jake played pretty good. I think we got work on the reads, and hopefully, from week 1 to week 2, you're supposed to get much better, and I think that'll happen.
Well, when you take a look at Truman on film, what do you see that you have to prepare for?
You know what? They're well coached. Coach Nesbitt always has those guys ready to play. They play hard. They fly around on defense. Offensively, they execute pretty good. They want to knock you off the ball. I think they ran the ball 45 times last week, so we're going to do a better job of stopping the run. They had about 340 yards total offense, scored 24 points. So, we got to match their intensity, our intensity with their intensity, and make sure we play smart.
So what are some things that you're going to focus on with your team in practice this week?
I think technique, without a doubt. I think we had some technique problems last week, and we had to make sure that we're technically sound in what we're doing. We had some guys that were running around gaps. We had some problems with the pass and pass protection also, and when we were defending the pass. We gave up entirely too many yards throwing the ball, and that was from 3rd down. We weren't very good on both sides of the ball. I think we were 11 to 17 on defense, and we were only 2 of 17 on offense. So we most definitely got to improve in that. And then, of course, we just can't give up the big plays. We gave up entirely too many plays on big down situations.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.